Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs, the one-player past mission walkthrough. I never found a good name for this. I'm just bad at naming stuff. Okay, I'm the kind of guy that hardly nicknames my Pokemon. But there's a lot to go over in this episode. But first, of course, once you want to go to the past, you have to go through this statue thingy. I don't know, and then. Whoa! No Celebi needed! We can just magically time travel now! Ooh! When did we get this power exactly? See, Celebi's right there. We didn't need Celebi's assistance at all. Hey! Celebi, our pal, our friend! Good to see ya! Oh. It's so happy to see us. And apparently Ravio is too. Why did I think it was Ralph? Never mind. You're back! Tanvir! Kira! Magnus is back! We're glad you're back. We've been waiting for you, Magnus. There is something you must know before you enter the temples. You need to listen carefully. Okay, I'm listening. Time flows Haven't we been over this already? Look. All he's saying is that each mission has a time limit. I've been over this. This is a big important part in why people really can't finish this mode. If you had infinite time, yeah, whatever. And also she's talking about the warp zone. Yeah, I'll get into that. But it's as simple as capture a certain amount of Pokemon, and then you can go to the boss Pokemon. There are only 3 missions where you just get a certain amount of Pokemon. Doesn't matter which one it is, but yeah, we'll get there. We certainly didn't want to be a burden for you when it isn't even your time, but we beg you to help us. We need you. If you need to know more about our worlds, talk to the wise woman. She's our friend. We have another friend here. Let me introduce her. Nice to meet you. You're the one from the future? She's also our friend. She knows a lot about Pokemon. My name is Nelia, I'm just guessing. Nelia, I'm gonna say. I've joined to help Tanvir and Kira. What I can do is call Pokemon using its heart slate. And I'll skip over this too. You get multiple support Pokemon. Yay! We're not just stuck with Piplup. You get up to 222 other Pokemon. I mean, I guess it kind of depends if you count Deoxys or not. That's an extra one, but yeah, a lot of different part of Pokemon you can get, and I'm going to be trying to get them all. And you have no idea how difficult that is. I have not even gotten to the nitty-gritty of it, but yeah. So she's talking about how Pokemon can just drop heart slates when you capture them, but it actually will not happen for the first few missions. So I'm not going to go into too much detail. All I'll say is, yeah. That is something that will happen eventually. You can just get random slates, but you can only keep them if you complete the mission. So that's important too. My style is broken from traveling through time. What? But it was fine when I captured Piplup. Your style is not something we usually have in our time. Some functions may not be working properly. What does this guy know about functions? Isn't he from the past? What? I don't think that's a word in the past. Or am I wrong? Did they use this in medieval times? I don't think so. I guess your style is a little different here, Magnus, but I'm sure it'll still do. Good luck. Yeah, good luck. Say, Magnus, the temple oracles are still just as confused. I'm counting on you. Please talk to me when you want to enter a temple. I'll open the door for you. So, as you can see on the top screen, on the top right of the video, we're level 1, so we have 2 different profiles between single player and multiplayer. The experiences travel between the two, so even if you try to max out your level in single player, which is a lot easier than you would think, yeah, it doesn't do anything here. So, requires a lot of grinding. I mean, that's why you're watching this presumably, is because, yeah, this is the not intended way to play through this game, but this is what we're gonna do. But just to go back over to this lady over here. Yeah, we just have nothing we can do. We can level it up. No, we can't. We have no AP. And I'll be going into AP as well. There's a lot to go over this episode, despite the fact that this first mission is very short. So let's just get started. You just talk to Kira. Oh, and it's also gonna do this. So this is what happens when you download the Deoxys mission. Yeah, that. So that's an indication you can play the Deoxys mission. Don't play it! The suggested level is 25, and also you need cheats or a second player to actually, beat it. But, yeah, that's that. New mission available. Yeah, thanks. We're not gonna get into that. Yep. And then it makes you autosave every time because it doesn't want you to save scum stuff, I guess. Well, yeah, it's the only place that the game autosaves. It doesn't do that in like single player. But anyways, we're just gonna start the mission. Yeah, so just level 1. I mean, what else would it be? So this mission is pretty simple. All you do is capture the 3 Pokemon you see in front of you. That's it. So I think I would take. I'm gonna like no one should be struggling on this mission, but this like video is gonna just serve as a purpose as to give you a rundown of the basic mechanics, or some of the basic mechanics that we'll see here. So there's a Pidgey over here. It's like one of the weakest things there is. You can get a partner Pokemon. Now, something I want to mention about partner Pokemon is, unlike in the future, where if a Pokemon gets hurt, you lose them for good until you recapture them. Since these are your partner Pokemon, they don't actually go away for good, but their cooldown period is like 10 times or 5 times. I'll put a note on the screen to say what it is, but yeah, you have to wait longer for your partner to come back. So yeah, you still want to conserve it because using supports in this mode is very useful. Now, another thing I want to go over is this. That's not a charge capture. You can see it's doing the same amount of damage each time. You might think it's a charge capture because it works the same way as it does in the future, but no, this mechanic only serves to do team capture. You can only use team capture if you're playing with 3 or 4 players. So I'm not sure why they didn't just disable it if you're playing with less than 3 players, because it serves no purpose other than to distract the player and maybe give them a placebo effect that they're doing more damage, but it doesn't actually do anything. Wow, I went by really quick. I wasn't even thinking about those captures. Tells you how used to this I am. Here's the first boss, Drapion. It's pretty easy. I mean, it's the first mission. They want this to be very easy, but one thing you want to do is beat the mission with over 5 minutes remaining, and there's a good reason for this. So I'm going to try to do this on my first attempt. I'm not sure if I'll do it. If I don't, it's not a big deal, because I'm going to do this mission a second time. Spoilers. I like it's big spoiler. Okay, so it's agitated, so I need to use the support. Oh! That was good, okay. I've also put in the sidebar, like, what its boss gauge is. You might think its agitated gauge is really high, but that's only because its agitated gauge is, like, when you draw circles, they do 10 times less damage when they're agitated. So it looks like support moves are doing way more, but, like, they're not. Than if they weren't agitated, but like, yeah, obviously you still want to use support Pokemon. That's kind of encouraged. But we got over 5 minutes, so that means we got an S rank. So this does 2 things. The first thing is that it gives you more AP when you beat the mission. So as you can see, we have 10 AP. So it's like 1 AP for the 3 that we caught, and then 2 for Drapion itself, and then we got a bonus 5 for getting an S rank. Now, if we were to get an A rank, it would be 4 instead. B would be 3, and 2. C is 2. Another thing that we got because we S ranked the mission is a Totodile slate. If we got an A rank, we would have gotten a different slate. If we would have gotten a B or C rank, which I don't even know how you'd manage on this mission, it's super easy, we would get nothing. And it also says all, so that means it goes to every player if you were playing with more than 1 player. But yeah, I'll explain a little bit more later, but first I want to let the story play out, because there is a cutscene after each mission when you beat it for the first time. And also, that thing broke. That might be a foreshadowing to something. Magnus, that type of Oracle on the ground. He seems to only be unconscious. Are you okay? Oh! Where am I? You're outside the temple now. Do you remember what you just did? Tanvir. And Kira! Do you remember what you did? You made your Drapion attack this person. How could I? Did I make my Drapion attack? How could you accuse me of such a horrible thing? Huh? Legasp. He has amnesia! The most overused trope there ever is, other than time travel. Wait. We're using all the tropes, aren't we? He doesn't seem to be lying. Try and remember, what happened to you? I'm sorry. I really don't remember anything. I guess he doesn't remember anything that'll help us. Can you try to remember little by little? Yes, I'll try. Magnus, let me ask you once again. What we are facing is beyond our worst case scenario. Is it possible for you to continue to support us? The Temple Oracles and you are the only ones who can walk around the temples full of Pokemon. Now that something has happened to the Temple Oracles, you're the only one we can count on, Magnus. Will you help us? It seems like too much work. Did I scare you a little too much? I'd like to ask a favor of your Pokemon Ranger from the future. Will you help us? It's probably gonna be the same thing if I say no, so I'm just gonna say yes. I just wanted to see what would happen, though. Thank you for helping us, even though you don't know us or our world very much. Magnus, thank you! Bee! I'm doing it all for Celebi. Celebi? Oh, wait. There's a gift for us. What could this mean? Oh, does that mean a ranger sign? Ooh, what happens here? Whoa, such a rare thing to see. Wise woman, do you know anything about this? This monument is no ordinary monument. It was built by those who wish for the eternal friendship of Pokemon and people. It reacted to the strong bond between the Pokemon and its ranger. Wait, this sounds familiar. Oh, right, they talked about this with the signs. Yeah. Oh, and we get to use Celebi as a partner Pokemon. That's so cool. Nah, unfortunately, it's not that cool. So we draw the sign, we do this. We don't get Celebi. Wouldn't that be nice? No, instead, Celebi brings our partner Pokemon from the past to the future, and we can use it in the future. Which is pretty cool because this means you can summon, like, whatever your best support Pokemon is. And a bunch of Pokemon in the past have different assistants they do in the future. So this allows for some cool stuff you wouldn't be able to do otherwise in the future. What happens when they get released? No need to worry, Celebi will go and bring them back. So yeah, similar case of if they get attacked, you lose them, but like they don't go away forever. That would be too dark. No, you just have to do the sign again. But yeah, that's that. Now I do want to go over here. Oh, actually, no. I almost forgot. There's actually one more thing I want to do before we come back to the past. We go to the future. There was a particular stone thing behind the Drapion that we captured, and it crumbled apart. You may remember where we have seen that before. Well, I'll skip ahead and show you. Yes, something I made like some weird joke about before. It's all the way over here, this thing. We get close to it, and look at that! It crumbles down! So that's how you unveil these things. But what might be behind them? A Skuntank? So what is the significance of Skuntank? Skuntank was a Pokemon that one of the Pokemon pinchers sent after us. So, and there are 5 other Pokemon that are like this. There are a bunch of Pokemon that are sent at you by the pinchers like one time, or some legendary capture, whatever, that you can only do one time. And there is some method in the post-game where you can recapture them, but there were 6 that were relegated to this. You have to break down a monument in the past in order to reveal the secret room to get them. So that means there are 6 Pokemon that if you don't get far enough in multiplayer, you can never recapture. So, this means that if you don't S-rank it the first time you see it, you could be screwed out of an S-rank. And remember, you have to S-rank basically everything in order to get all the upgrades. So, yeah, I'll be pointing this out in single player when that happens. I'll be like, hey, don't mess this up, otherwise you won't get another chance. But yeah, that's basically what these are. The first few, you can just, even if you don't plan on playing multiplayer, like, this one is, that mission is super easy. You can just do that if you need to redo Skuntank. But there are a few others, Infernape in particular, that's, really infamous among the community, I would say. So, yeah, I'll point those out. But, now I want to go back to the past for other reasons. I'll just skip there. Oh, actually, no. I actually should show off the Celebi sign. Oh, wait, I can't do it because okay, well, I'll just do it anyways. See what happens. So yeah, you can hear Piplup's cry. Piplup comes to the future with me. You cannot take any more friends with you because my party's full. Oops. But in theory, that would just put it in your party. Yeah, I guess I won't do that again. Anyways, back to the past. Did I say back to the future before? I don't think I did. That would have been wrong. But also I want to go over this over here. So now we have a Totodile. We can take it along. We can also level up. Maybe. Nope, we don't have enough AP. After this mission we will. But these are things I'm not going to go over right now because we can't upgrade them. I'll go over them next episode. But I want to talk about partner Pokemon. And she's going to say... That's stuff for the next mission. We're going to ignore that for now because I'm actually going to replay the first mission. Because I want to show what happens if you get an A rank instead. So, like, I may speed this up, I might not. I'm trying to think if there's anything I missed. Let's see, I talked about charge captures. I talked about the number of Pokemon there are. I guess I could show what happens if Totodile gets attacked, but, like, it's kind of hard. Well, I mean, I might as well. I have to waste time anyways. So... Oh, that's not where I thought it would. Okay, you know what? We're just going to do that on Drapion. Is that how it's pronounced, Drapion? I have to fact check that one, actually. Also, in the sidebars, they're pretty simple right now because it's just I'm talking about what Pokemon appears, but like you have to capture all of them anyways. This is a one-room temple, so I mean, there's much to go over, but like it's something I'll go into more detail eventually. Also, all the slates that can drop and all the Pokemon that can appear and on what patterns that's going to be a different thing too. Where there are like 4 or 5 different patterns. But for now, I'll just skip ahead to the fight. If there's anything else with Drapion I feel the need to bring it up, I will. And as you can see, the monument's crumbled. I don't know, I just like pointing it out. But yeah, as you can see, the circles aren't doing a lot. It's just doing 1 damage each. But his agitated gauge is also very low, so like... okay. I didn't think it'd actually be that easy. I did that wrong. I was trying to get Totodile hurt. Okay, I want to purposely not get an S rank. Okay. Oh, I almost... No, I'm trying to get an A rank for reasons. Okay, so... What? That didn't hurt him? Okay, I give up. We're just... no. There we go. Okay. So now it's a different color and it's charging up a lot more slowly. It's like 5 or 10 times slower than its usual recovery time. But anyways, we're gonna finish that off. Huh, does Drapion's gauge not actually drain? That's weird. I shouldn't have been one loop away. Unless I probably did damage it with Totodile. But I do want to show off, you get something different for A ranking it. So you get less AP because it's going to say I have 9 instead of 10 because I got 4 bonus AP instead of 5. So CB, A, and S ranks determine what your bonus AP is, and whatever it is depends on the mission. A lot of them like share bonus AP powers, but typically it changes when it's the last mission of the temple or the first mission of the temple. And now we have a Chikorita slate because that's the reward for getting an A rank. These are the only ways to get Totodile and Chikorita. Pretty easy stuff. Later on, it's going to be harder to S rank and A rank stuff, so it'll be harder to get slates, harder to get more AP. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. And with that, that ends the first episode. Next time, we'll take on the next temple, talk about some more stuff. Again, pretty easy mission so far. I would say like the last mission of the temple is where it gets a little hard, but nothing most people can't handle. Anyways, see you guys next time. Over and out.